Hello everyone, today I want to talk about the new upcoming character Alhaitham and hopefully help you figure out if he fits your playstyle and team composition, so ultimately if this character is worth your wishes. First I will go over his skill kit and talk about some gameplay or build ideas, and in the later half I'll get into synergies with other characters and team compositions. As usual, the normal attacks aren't too interesting, so let's start with the Elemental skill. The Elemental skill performs a dash and creates a light mirror which deals coordinated attacks with Alhaitham. You can create up to 3 of them, and for their duration, Alhaitham's normal attacks are Dendro infused. Duration meaning every 4 seconds, 1 mirror will be consumed. His Elemental burst skill is just some AoE damage doing multiple hits, and after pressing it, it will consume all mirrors. For each mirror, the amount of hits of the burst skill is increased, and shortly after he will regenerate those mirrors. As for passive skills, the first one creates a light mirror after charged or plunging attacks hit on a 12-second CD. The second one is bonus damage for mirrors and burst skill based off Elemental Mastery, and the last one is a chance to double weapon essential materials when crafting. A lot of people compare him to Keqing, and I can kind of see why. They are both main DPS with kind of similar animations, though I feel like conceptually speaking, Alhaitham is literally Yae Miko. He summons objects with his elemental skill, those deal extra damage, and for each object it increases the damage of his elemental burst skill. Pressing the burst skill destroys and resummons them. Not to mention elemental mastery scaling. The only difference is Yae is off-field sub DPS and Alhaitham on-field carry main DPS in my opinion. I love this type of gameplay. Yai or Ningguang, for example, are some of my favorite characters, so I'm excited. As for the build, Alhaitham has some nice elemental mastery scaling, so I assume his stat line will look a lot like Nahida's. His damage seems to be fairly spread out through his entire skill kit, so I assume you will just pick something like a 4-piece Gilded Dreams artifact set for just some extra stats. I don't have one yet, so I just run double 2 set. For Alhaitham in particular, you might even be able to work in a 2-piece Noblesse set. As for weapons, I think a very good free-to-play option would be Iron Sting, which is essentially just a stat stick for him. Otherwise, if you still have it, the Festering Desire might be a really interesting option in case mirror damage qualifies as elemental skill damage. As for teams, double Dendro seems really nice. Dendro resonance is strong, and you get to play Deepwood Memory Set to decrease Dendro resistance. For example, Nahida the Traveler or Kolei, a second Dendro character. And then I think you also want to have an Electro sub DPS character to activate Quicken, since Alhaitham can probably proc a lot of spread damage from all his different sources of Dendro damage. So something like Beidou, Fischl, Yaimiko, or Raiden. Raiden is also really nice to increase his elemental burst damage, of course, and in the last slot you can pick any utility character like Zhongli to decrease resistances, is always nice. Otherwise you can maybe activate Electro Resonance in case you want more energy generation. Maybe even Dori. I honestly don't have too much experience with her, but generating energy with her might be good because Alhaitham's burst skill is actually quite expensive. And of course, Bennett as always just works really well. And in case you don't want to run a second sub DPS Dendro character, the new character Yao Yao is a Dendro healer, so you can pick anything else and maybe even explore into other directions, like for example Hyperbloom with a Hydro character or even Toma for Burgeon. Remember, we have a normal attacking character, so characters like Toma, Jingshou or Yelan definitely can be used. Alright, we made it to the end. I hope this was somewhat helpful. Alhaitham looks pretty interesting to me as the first limited Dendro main DPS character. I'll get him, try him out, so stay tuned for that. Until then, have fun and bye bye.